Hey guys, we got a new unit to check out in X-Samkok today, so let's see what he's about. You know the deal at this point. We got our Fabled grants there, Fabled pass there, got the advanced rewards right here with the copy. If you're going to be grabbing this, make sure to use my affiliate code from Aptoide. I'll have all the info linked in the description below, and a little video showing you how to use it. So I've kind of checked him out a little bit already. He looks good, but cannot release any basic attacks. Skill only costs 3 rage, and if short rage restores 2. Apply undispellable lock on to the enemy with the highest attack as the battle starts. HOU YI will attack the lock on target preferentially with a guaranteed hit until killing them. Attack the lock on target preferentially, dealing 320% P damage with an extra 36% crit rate and crit damage bonus. Sounds nice. After inflicting lock on, 50% chance to cast a skill again with 50% damage up to 3 times a turn. After inflicting lock on, 100% chance to cast a skill again. HOU YI takes 40% less damage from the lock on officer's attacks. When a lock on officer is killed, applies lock on to the enemy officer with the next highest attack. So he basically goes after the enemy's highest attack officer and just relentlessly attacks them. Each time a lock-on officer casts their skill, HOU YI has a 40% chance to deal 40% skill damage to them, up to 2 extra times per turn. That doesn't seem too great. Each time the lock-on officer takes action, triggers a skill pursuit, increasing skill damage to 50% and skill pursuit chance to 60%, up to 5 extra pursuits per turn. So you really got to rely on the enemy that you're locked onto doing a bunch of extra attacks or skill casts, stuff like that. If they're not doing that, then you're not going to be doing nearly as much damage. Martial Soul 3, when killing a target, deals 30% overflow damage as splash damage to the remaining enemy officer, increases pursuit damage to 60%. That's not good when killing the target, so you actually have to kill them, and that only deals 30% overflow damage. The lock-on officer's actions are guaranteed to trigger a skill pursuit, up to 4 extra pursuits per turn. So that just makes the, which one was that, 2? Martial Soul 2 better, but you have got to get Martial Soul 4 to make Martial Soul 2 better. When the lock-on officer resists the damage of HOU YI's attack with a special status such as unyielding and invincible, 40% of the resisted damage will be split equally between the other surviving enemy officers as splash damage. That sounds like garbage. Gotta get him all the way to Martial Soul 5 to do 40% splash damage. Like that's not good. And if you may have noticed in my thumbnail, he isn't very good. This is one that you can pass on. We'll check out his heroic soul just for fun, I guess. Each skill has a 50% chance to cast one damage reduces their max HP by an additional stat count, less than 200% of HOU YI's attack. I don't get what this means. Whatever. Boost increases pursuit skill damage to 65%. Oh, that's for 9-star. Fame 3-star. Reduces damage taken from the lock-on officer by 55%. I don't get why he has the reduced damage taken. Like, he's supposed to be like an assassin, just taking out his main target, but he's getting a bunch of reduced damage from them as well. Seems counterintuitive to like a character who should be a glass cannon. When an allied officer attacks an enemy with Sun Scorch, each stack increases crit rate and crit damage by 8%. And when it's maxed out, when an enemy officer with Sun Scorch is hit by any skill, a random enemy officer gains 1 stack of Sun Scorch for 2 turns. This effect spreads up to 6 times per turn. The only thing that looks like it would be good is the 5 attacks, as he does an initial one, then he can do 3 more, and then plus this one, so we can do 5 attacks per turn. I'll throw up a video of him fighting on the left. I will show the damage as well after, and you might have a little laugh at it. So what I suggest doing is just going for a unit that you already have. Like, I'm going after my Wukong there because I have him at Martial Soul 2, and I just need one more to get him to Martial Soul 3. You could also go for HOU because he's just really, really good. I think you need him at Martial Soul 3 for him to be like the most effective, at like a minimum Martial Soul 3. Check him out right here quickly. Enemy officer becomes banished. HOU immediately inflicts 3 stacks of Celestial on them. This triggers up to once per turn, and each unit can be controlled and banished by HOU up to 2 times in battle. So yeah, if you want to be working on him, that would be a really good choice. He seems to really shake things up if you got him on your team. And like I said, I suggest skipping this guy because he's just not good at all. Much rather see everybody go for either Wukong or HOU, even Nua, right? Like, she's really, really good. She increases survivability of your team quite a bit. This new guy doesn't really slot in anywhere. He's just a supposed really good damage dealer that doesn't really do that much damage. As you can see in that fight outcome, he was on par with Nua for damage, which is kind of embarrassing. So that's my thoughts on the new unit. And if you got any suggestions for any more videos for this game, any guides you want to see, any info, stuff like that, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.